One of the things I love to do is take questions from my school community and bring them to my various experts and millionaires. And in this case, we're going to bring on a topic that's near and dear to Dana's heart, the CEO of Hemlane. We're going to talk about the difference between Hemlane and Baselane. First and foremost, I'm going to guess that Baselane came out second. It seems like they're copying your name, Hemlane and Baselane, but yeah, that's just one outsider's opinion. But Dana, as the CEO of Hemlane, I'm sure you have looked at your competition. Maybe you consider them competition, maybe not. But if somebody were to ask you, what's the difference between Hemlane and Baselane, what would you say?
Yeah, great question. And just to start with, I don't think of them as competition. We're very friendly with their teams. We always see them around at conferences, events, sure. All of that. So Baselane is banking for landlords, owner operators. It's banking. So what they essentially do is they work with a bank called Blue Ridge. And it's called Blue Ridge Bank. They are they don't have physical stores, obviously, Baselane. Yep. It's just a software. But you can go on and open credit cards, buy property. You can open bank accounts, buy property. And you can open checking, savings accounts, buy property, right? It became really popular opening up a bank. It's called banking as a service. So sure. It's BaaS. So it's like software as a service, banking as a service, BaaS. It became very popular when interest rates went up to 5% to do banking, right? Because you could basically say, here, hold your cash, all your security deposits, everything else within our bank. Actually, Hemlane looked to add and open up banking as a service in Hemlane, because we have some of our customers will have like 100 bank accounts or 100 credit cards. Jeez. And then they add them all to Hemlane, which is fantastic, but they're using then 2 different providers for it.
Sure.
One episode I remember so well, Michael, a long time ago, when was it? Maybe 2021. It was like the most emotional episode that you and I ever did was Silicon Valley.
I remember that one. I remember that one vividly. Yeah.
Because we had $10 million frozen that like I couldn't literally do anything with. And I thought we had just lost it. That was right. Literally, gone. I just poof, it was all gone. So our product team had done some research on banking as a service. And we were very hesitant to go into this space, given that some of these banks, these smaller banks, can go under at any time, just like that. And so back then, and especially with all that commotion of all these banks going under, we basically said, we're a company that helps you operate your rentals. We ourselves are not a bank. So we are going to focus on doing that incredibly well. Your banking partner should be Chase, Bank of America, Wells Fargo.
One of the big 7.
One of the big ones, right? Now, banking as a service has continued to stay around. It's continued to grow. And there's been options where a lot of these larger banks have decided to say, hey, you know what? We will start partnering with tech companies. And so one thing we've recently spoken about with our payment processor and a couple of others is like, hey, would there ever be a world in which we offer credit cards, we become a bank, we offer bank accounts for you. We can help with getting everything into like interest-bearing account. Now, some states make that illegal, and it depends on if you give it back to the tenant or not. Right. So by state, you have to worry about that. And also by county, like I'm in San Francisco, you do have to give interest after the first year to the tenant on the security deposit. So there's a couple of other things that go into it, but long story short, for us, banking as a service is a very interesting thing to do. It's a totally different service and product than what we do, which is the day-to-day operations.
I mean, when you step back as a landlord, and even if you have 100 credit cards because you have 100 properties, which first off, crazy.
I know.
But, I just think about that time, right? Silicon Valley Bank, you and I talked both privately and publicly, right, on one of these. And The other thing I remember is Graham Stephan. Graham Stephan, as I recall, had a relationship with a bank called Yada Bank that thought they had
Yeah.
FDIC insurance, and then they
And they
didn't, or
didn't.
something, and
Yeah.
then something wacky happened, and lots of people lost money. I think doing banking as a service, if it's not your thing, is a distraction. So kudos to
Yeah.
you for looking at going, nope, not going there. Let's focus on operations, right? Leasing
Yeah.
up, managing communications. So
Yeah.
yeah,
And one thing I would say with it is, Baselane has done a little bit of kind of grappled in the operations, like they also do tenant screening and other services. They may be doing that because the banking is actually almost a retention play to
sure.
keep people sticky. Because when you have your bank accounts, like we
Oh yeah,
have a lot of customers who have their bank accounts with Baselane, but they use Hemlane. But because they're banking with them, they're still
they're
integrated
very
in with
sticky.
them,
Yeah,
just like if
yeah,
you're Bank of America or anything like that. So I think like as someone starting a company, it's a very good retention play. Again, I am super conservative of like Hemlane is focused on creating the best operational experience possible for you.
stay focused.
And
Yeah,
that is what we're going to focus on. And I'm not going to go focus on competing against the banks and things like that. Your banking partner also is, depending on the interest rate, it, it becomes more important when interest rates, when you can get
mm-hmm.
really high cash from the balances in your account. And in that particular case, it became much more prevalent, I think, in the past 4 or 5 years because of
Sure.
that. But yeah, I think financials are really important to any owner operator. I think trying to open a bank account and being able to have quick accounts, virtual cards, all of that are really important. You just always want to make sure you know who you're banking with and all of
Yeah.
that, and what are the risks there to make sure, hey, I need to get a wire out today for a property. How can I ensure that happens?
Yeah. Again, the other thing I always think about in this business, having run software, built software companies, been part of that a few times, is key man risk. And again, I don't know anything about Baselane. This is the first time I've ever talked to them. But one of the things they have is obviously a key man risk. Their key man risk is Blue Ridge Bank. Blue Ridge Bank could go under, could get bought, could this, could that, and bingo bango, you're shit out of luck, right? You're in a lot of trouble if you don't have other things. So it does again. And it's funny when you opened up and said you don't see him as competition. I was gonna make fun of you because that's always what CEOs say. But I can't now because now I see it with your lens, right? They are doing banking as a service, and you've chosen not to play there. So you're absolutely right. Even though my gut reaction was to make fun of you, I guess I can't. So good for you. But yeah, I just think it goes back to your focus on Hemlane. Since the first time we spoke, I remember Chris got us connected, and I was driving on 280 home from a sales call.
Yes.
And yeah, I remember that time. And you've always been focused on operations, always focused on the landlord and the client, the tenant. And you don't get distracted. So that's really hard for tech entrepreneurs to not get distracted by shiny objects. So kudos to you.
Thanks. Yeah. The other thing I'd say is we kind of dabble. What's cool about what we do is we dabble in banking, but in a different way. So, for example, when we started doing vendor payouts, so let's just say I call your handyman or a plumber, and they say, "Hey, it's an $89 service call rate." Right? Something like that. And we said, okay, great. They said we need payment before going out. Well, we have single use credit cards to do that because we don't want to give them Michael Zuber's credit card, which who knows on the other line if that admin in the office is ripping the credit card details and using it elsewhere.
Sure.
And so we created single use credit cards up to a certain value that the second that let's just say it's an $89 service call, it automatically expires the card afterwards. And so there's some kind of banking as a service, I would say we grapple in, but we ourselves are not building the credit cards, building the bank. We just say you work with whoever your banking partner is for everything else. And there's that. I think how you make money off banking as a service is you take just like a bank does.
Yeah, you
the
take
bank,
a swig.
they get a portion,
Yeah.
the tech partner gets a portion. And banking as a service became very popular because a lot of small banks were trying to compete with large banks.
Of course.
And in order to do that, they said, ooh, we can't compete against Bank of America from like a store presence nationwide, but ooh, we could virtually do it by partnering with tech companies.
Yep.
And there's a couple of companies like Unit and stuff that really became the banking as a service companies that would go to tech startups and say, just use Unit, our API, and we'll make you a bank overnight. And so those became really popular. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. At the end of the day, folks, if you are a mom and pop landlord, certainly if you're part of my school community, I think the first thing you need to understand is Baselane and Hemlane aren't competition, right? So the question we got, I'll make sure this video gets into. Yeah, they complement each other. But again, at the end of the day, when you're a landlord, you really need to think about the client most of the time. And that's what Hemlane plays, operations, not banking, right? Both I guess are important, but at the end of the day, it's about the relationship with your tenant. You got to make sure they have good service. You have audit trail to protect yourself, and that's where Hemlane plays. Dana, where can people find more?
Yeah, you can go to Hemlane, HEMLANE.com. We do everything from helping you find and place a tenant, automating the day-to-day, to offering those services you need, a rental assistant, a leasing coordinator, a maintenance repair coordinator, anything you need to manage the day-to-day.
And last thing I forgot to bring up during the conversation with Baselane is, looks like they're having more and more competition. There was a company called Built that I think just raised like $800 million from VC. So this banking as a service space has a lot more competition coming. Is that right?
Yeah, this one is one of the most interesting ones. And Michael, I think you're going to be fascinated by this company. So yes, they've raised over $800 million, and this is equity. This is not debt.
Yeah.
And what Built does, they reverse it. They go to the tenant. And here's their pitch to tenants, and then like kind of why it's an ingenious model. But people don't know why it's so ingenious until you kind of dig into the details. So kind of at a high level, what Built does is, let's just say, Michael, your daughter, she has just graduated from college.
Okay.
That means she has very few obligations. She's probably not going to default on her debt, right? She's probably got a good high paying job, maybe in New York.
Right.
And her biggest expense is her rent in New York City. Let's just say $10,000 a month in rent for her apartment, which is not totally unreasonable in New York City.
Not unreasonable, no.
And Built is a New York City company. That's why I'm bringing it up. What they do is they go to all of those tenants and say, hey, you want your number one, the most expensive thing you pay for is your rent, but you don't earn credit card points with anyone else.
Yes.
You can earn credit card points if you open a Built bank account.
So
it's really a customer acquisition play. It's just a way to get young, high net worth individuals. What's really interesting about Built, and then you get stuck on it because you've opened a Built credit card. You just kind of keep it. What's interesting about what we've learned, because we integrate with them, because tenants were coming to us saying, hey, can we pay our rent via Built? We say, of course, you can pay your rent via Built. We are integrated with them. What's fascinating about it is that it's actually just an ACH transfer to us. So like, it's actually just ACH on the back end. But what they do is they say, hey, I'm guessing what they're saying is like, hey, customer acquisition cost, by saying we're the only bank that gives you rewards off of paying your rent through a credit card. What basically happens is that they say, okay, that you paid your rent through Built, we'll just give you, and it looks like a credit card number, but it's just an ACH for us. They give them rewards every time they pay. Wow. So travel rewards, this and that. And so it's actually been, so many people have a Built credit card now, renters do, because of it. What's interesting is they only work with people who have really high credit scores. Like they're working with the safest of the safest. But
I got a question for you. So this example is rent, but let's just say, for example, I paid $70,000 in mortgages every month. Could I theoretically get a Built credit card to pay my mortgage payments, or is it only rent?
Yeah, it's a good question. So you could, but they're going to count that as a mortgage, and they're not going to give you renters rewards or credit card points on
Come
it.
on,
Not
Bilt,
at
you're
this point.
better than that.
Maybe they will, to get from 813 million in funding to double that. Maybe they'll
Yeah,
start
maybe they have
paying
to figure out mortgages.
Yeah. But it's interesting. It's a really ingenious model of a way.
Yeah,
If
it's
you
not
think
bad.
all these credit card companies are trying to figure out how do we get high net worth individuals to convert over and become loyal. And they're saying start with the people
Yeah,
who are
make it
19,
sticky.
20, 21.
Great idea.
What's their biggest expense and how do we make that a way for them to earn rewards off of? It's quite an ingenious model from that perspective.
Shout out the
Yeah.
Bilt team for being creative. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's an interesting key to a problem that not a lot of people probably were thinking about. So good for them. But
Yeah.
folks, at the end of the day, if you're a mom and pop landlord, you need Hemlane. Banking as a service is a nice to have, but you probably already have a bank, so you're good to go. Dana, you're amazing. Have a good week.
Great. Thanks for having me.
Yep.